Hey, this is Brett. Hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to talk about CSS, and to teach CSS we're going to use our Ernie Sports Deli project. If you remember in the last lesson we had this page which we used the basic style or the basic guideline from the Ernie Sports Deli page, and we created the HTML for our local index.html. And today we need to go through and add color and styles and layout to our page so we can make this turn into this. So to begin, we need to have a CSS file. So I'm going to come to Atom, click on New File, and I'm going to save that file in my erniesportsdeli.com directory, and I'll call it style.css. So you can see my file is here now. Next step is to link this file to my index file. So I'm going to use the standard code for that, which is link, the style sheet, which is type text CSS, and the reference to that is style.css. So when I save that, that will tell the browser as it's rendering this page to go and grab the styles from this location right here. Now these styles are blank, so it won't render anything or change anything, but we have it hooked up. Now another quick note is that browsers have default styles built into them. And so if I look at my page, you can see that there's certain font sizes, different font weights, how it does the layout. It's just by default because nothing is here. So what we want to do is actually use what's called a CSS Reset, which takes all the default styles, resets them to a standard baseline, and allows you to not have to override the default styles, so it makes things a little bit easier. And the way that you do this, I actually have a code snippet right here. I'm just going to copy and paste, and then I'll explain to you what it is. So this is saying, if I come back, we're going to link to a style sheet, which is type text CSS, and then the href, instead of being local to our server here or to our machine, or as we learned in one of the other lessons, relative to this index file, we're going to go use a URL that's out on the web, or a URL for a file that's on the web called reset.css. If I take that URL and I put it into my browser here, you'll see that it loads in a CSS file. It doesn't do much, but it does do enough to help us. So it takes all of these different elements and it resets them with margin 0, padding 0, border 0, font size. It resets all of that and makes the vertical align the baseline, and does a few other things here to make it just a little bit easier to work with and common across all browsers. So if I save that and I refresh, you'll see the change that happened here. None of the fonts are special sizes. Our H1 tag that we had here was not a special size. This is H2 is not a special size. So it just does a good job of resetting the page down to the bare minimum. So that's a little bit about CSS Reset. You can learn more online if you go check out and read some articles about it.